The question is, are we going to have another lockdown? Hey guys, it's your boy Rande here, and I'm back with another video. I'm filming this video the same night, actually, that I filmed the video about the U.S. seizing a Russian-flagged oil tanker and a Venezuela ship. That was reported on Wednesday the 7th. So if you guys have not seen that video, make sure you guys go check that video out. Let's get into the video. So if you guys never heard or haven't heard it just yet, because this recently started towards the end of last year, back in December, that I hit on this in my last video too, but the flu cases are going back up, and it's going up crazy. A lot of people are complaining that they're in pain, body aches, sneezing, coughing, and stuff like that. And excuse me, my allergies are bothering. I believe my mom had it. My mom believes she had it, and I'm pretty sure she did because she had all the symptoms from it. And this is highly contagious. But what's interesting to me is we go, it started towards the end of last year again, back in December. But we go into the new year with people complaining about cases, well, reports that cases of the flu is rising in certain states. Now, I have a headline for you guys that we're going to jump into in a few minutes, but I just wanted to know, do anybody feel like another lockdown is going to be coming up? Because we had COVID back in 2020, which shut a lot of things down. There was chaos and all the other stuff. People were fighting in the stores over toilet paper, and stuff like that. And then some people was complaining like, oh no, I can't be at home. I can't be at home. I can't do this. I can't go to Chuck E. Cheese. I can't do this. I wanted to go to David Buster. I wanted to take a flight to LA and go on vacation. I wanted to fly out to Miami. I wanted to go to the Outer Banks. Not really caring that there's a deadly disease going around, and again, COVID, and there was a lot of deaths and stuff from that, which is unfortunate. People have to wear masks. It was mandatory that people have to wear masks and sanitize and all the other stuff, and at some point, if I'm not mistaken, there was a limit on some items. There was food shortages. Businesses took big hits during COVID, to the point some businesses shut down. And now that we're in 2026, I would not rule that out if these cases continue to rise. And also, here's the kicker. These cases been starting to come up right into the new year. Spring is almost here. We're in the middle of winter. People gonna start traveling. Spring break is gonna be coming up. Mind you, the cases really got started being seen around Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. People was traveling, going to go see family, friends, stuff like that, shopping. So a lot of people was in these stores, and the airlines and buses and all the transportation's been really busy, crowded, because people are traveling. They're trying to get as much people where they need to go as quick as they can and stuff like that, and as many as they can. And some travel outside the country. Some travel out because they wanted to go. Some has family that lives in other countries, and they wanted to go. But you don't know where it actually came from. If somebody brought it over from another country, not knowing, they probably didn't have any symptoms, but somebody else had the symptoms because whatever they touched, that same person came behind it and touched it. And look, more and more people touching it, more people interacting with this person, and then they interact with someone else, and it just, it spreads. But again, people are gonna be traveling. The summer break, that's when people really gonna be traveling. People are gonna be on winter break and everything like that. And I wouldn't be surprised that by fall of later this year in 2026, by fall, that there potentially could be a lockdown. There could be limits on stuff. Businesses take another hit and probably because the flu is like crazy, probably gonna give it another name or something like that, or another type of disease would come out that will mimic maybe COVID or the flu or something like that. So it's just, some people calling this a mystery virus as well, but I keep seeing the flu, and states like where I live in North Carolina, well, North Carolina in general, seen, if I'm not mistaken, on Christmas Day, 3,300 or 3,600 or something people in the hospital on Christmas Day because of this virus. And North Carolina really need to watch out because people traveling. It's a military state. North Carolina is heavy with military, if you guys didn't know. And I actually live in a military town. And sometimes they have to like fly out, to other countries or other places and stuff. And if they go somewhere the cases is high, and then they come back and then talk to everybody else and nobody get tested, then look, there's an outbreak right in the city you live or right in the state you live. So I'm stopping rambling at this point. Let's go ahead and I will pick back up after we read this article. Being reported by CNN, as you guys can see, and this was updated January 5th, 2026. Again, this was updated January 5th, 2026, and this is headline reads, flu reaches highest level in the U.S. in 25 years. Again, flu reaches highest level in the U.S. in 25 years. So we go down here and the article reads, Flu continues to bring misery across the U.S., with all but 4 states showing high or very high levels of activity as a new virus strand called subclade K continues to spread. By another measure, visits to the doctor for fever plus a cough or sore throat, which are common flu symptoms, the U.S. is at its highest level of respiratory illness since at least the 1997 to 1998 flu season, according to data published Monday by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This is definitely a banner this year, said Dr. Caitlin Rivers, an epidemiologist. I'm pretty sure I said that correctly. I had to use the pronunciation thing, but I'm pretty sure said that correctly this time. But anyways, and senior scholar at Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. It's the worst we've had in at least 20 years. We're seeing a majority of the country is experiencing very high levels of activity. We're still stuck in the thick of it. Okay, then you go down here. It's striking to see such an intense season coming off last year's bad flu season, she noted, as bad years don't typically occur back to back. See, as bad years typically don't occur back to back. That should tell you guys something right there. Nationally, about 8.2% of doctors' visits were flu-like symptoms during the last week of last year. At the same point last season, which was also brisk, that number was 6.7. So here it looks like the chart is, this is like the chart. You can see in Massachusetts, which is reporting very high levels of flu activity, health officials urge people to get vaccinated. Sounds familiar? Back when we had the COVID situation going on, a lot of people had to take the COVID shot. Some people did not want to take the COVID shots. Nearly all states were at high or very high levels of flu activity in the latest data. Montana and Vermont reported low levels of activity, while South Dakota and West Virginia reported moderate levels. Nevada didn't report flu data this week, but showed high levels of flu activity in the last week's reported. So yeah, I don't see North Carolina on this list at all, or I'm just looking over it, but yeah, I don't see North Carolina on this list at all, but North Carolina is at a very, very high risk right now. So there you have it, folks. The flu is going crazy. Subclade K, I think that's what they're calling it actually. So yeah, again, I didn't see North Carolina on that list at all, but we're at a very, very high rate. Maybe CNN just didn't report on that part, but you guys should know which state you're in. If you don't know, just look it up. But regardless, if you had a low level or there's no cases reported, then it's not hard for somebody to travel, family at all, and then boom, you have an outbreak in your state. So be careful. Make sure you guys are taking the proper precautions. If you have to wear a mask. It'll help you, okay? Sanitize all that other stuff. Wipe down your buggies. You know how they have the wipes in most grocery stores now. Wipe down your buggies. For that reason, you sanitize it every time you touch something, because most places have sanitizers out already. And if you have to travel, please, please, please be careful. If you know you're sick and you have to travel, make sure you wear your mask so you don't get other people sick, or just lower the rate of other people around you getting sick, regardless if you know them or not. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm finna film another video for you guys. And yeah, I literally don't have no much to say. And I hope you guys are enjoying these news videos. I said this in my last video. I am so happy that I'm able to screen record so you guys can see the article with me. We can read it together. So with that being said, I'm sorry if I stumble over some of my words when I'm reading. As I do these, I will get better and better and better for you guys. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. God bless. Stay safe out there. And it's a Ronde out.